Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport. So we're continuing on with the 20th anniversary tour, and the second championship is Spirit of Forza Motorsport 2. So yeah, and it's looking like it's going to be based around the Nissan Fairlady Z. So yeah, let's get into it and get on with the first race. So yeah, Nissan Fairlady Z. So I'm not been a massive fan of this car, to be honest. I much prefer the 370Z, or at least a Nismo version of that, and the new Nissan Z is far better than either. So yeah, but decent enough stats, I guess, and a fair decent amount of power and torque as well. It's 3.5 litre V6, weighs 3,310 pounds, which isn't overweight, but it's not quite lightweight either. So yeah, a little bit of a middle ground there, and quite heavy on the front as well. 53% front, 47% rear. So yeah, potentially some understeer is going to occur with this car. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we can't do anything in terms of viewing it. No, it's unfortunate really that still a lot of cars in this game series are not really all that viewable. I think we'll just keep it in the orange. It's a classic colour for it after all. And yeah, as per usual, we'll keep it in the original tune until we get into the second race. So yeah, we're at Mugello circuit, club circuit, for 7 laps. And this is what the car can do in terms of acceleration. So 0 to 16, 5.781 seconds, which is decent. 0 to 114.481 seconds, which is okay. And it can do 172 miles an hour, which is fairly solid. So yeah, quite a speedy circuit this one. Even though it's not the full one, it's still got that quite long starts finish straight line. So yeah. So yeah, one issue I've had with this car a lot of the time has been the engine. Just doesn't seem to have as much power as you might expect for a car with an engine of that size, and the noise hasn't typically always excited me either. So and I know it's saying up the difficulty a bit, or reduce your grid place, but even though I have had some success with this game as of late in some of these championships, it's also been a bit hit and miss at times as well. I think only in the last couple have we had any real success, whereas before those we've had nowhere near enough success either. And this fuel and tyre menu is still broken. And this is the problem with making a game that is always online and whatever else. It just doesn't work. I should have pressed done when it came up then, because I can back out and come back in again and it'll work. But yeah, it's absolute nonsense that this is still a bug in the game. And we're not online, there's no connection issues that should be occurring or anything like that. We're just in the campaign, and yet it still wants to break. Right, finally get our fuel down. So let's see what we can do. I guess it all depends on the competition that we're up against more than anything. So we've got Pontiac there behind. Mustangs. So we've got some V8 power to go up against, which have far more horsepower than we do. I imagine they are heavier as well. But it won't be any worse in terms of handling or braking, I feel. Struggling to gain any places so far. A little bit of traffic. Yeah, move over Pontiac coming through. 1 place gain so far. Yeah, these V8s are going to be way more powerful on this straight. I think that Pontiac's got about 325 horsepower, so it's about 50 more than us. Didn't fully overtake. That Sylvia's going to be... Is it a Sylvia or is it a... Especially I couldn't tell, but even so that's going to be out of luck. Lots of power. Past the fellow Fair Lady Z. It's called the Fair Lady because this is the Japanese version of the car. In Europe and America it's called the 350. Just to avoid any confusion with anyone that's not understanding what the car is. Surprised the name stuck around as long as it did in Japan. It's hardly the most sporty sounding name. Then again, 350 basically just denotes the engine size more than anything. It's not really an inspiring name either, to be fair. Yeah, I can remember this getting an absolutely mauling by Jeremy Clarkson in Top Gear of old. Because the engine wasn't particularly sounding all that great. You've got that massive strut bar that you can see through the rear window that not only obstructs your rear view visibility but also limits the space in the back for any luggage. And now I know that most people don't buy a car like this for practicality. You know, it's a 2-seater sports car at the end of the day with coupe body, but you know, it would be nice to have some practicality at the very least. Just feels like engineering-wise it was a bit slapdash if you have to put a massive strut bar in the rear in such an obvious and intruding manner. But regardless, we are in 7th, marginally gaining on 6th. Straight. Really do not have the best engine for a straight orientated circuit. Going to be making some improvements to this car because yeah, the engine just has never really felt all that sporty to me. The car handles well enough, but it's hardly being challenged by its engine at the end of the day, so it's to be expected. I imagine if you gave it, you know, much quicker revving engine and a bit more power, the chassis would not be able to deal with it. But with what we've got now, it's not really challenging the car whatsoever. Help the engine that the car is hardly a lightweight either. It's got decent turning though. When it is eventually able to stretch its legs, the engine gets up to a decent rate of speed on this circuit. gradually gaining on 6th. Yeah, I figured that would be. But it's slightly too much. Let's get back again. It's really rather trying to gain time on 6th, that's all. Has the sound gone down again? Couldn't quite tell. Sixth place was just marginally better out that
last
corner.
lap, let's go. Penalty is 0.5 seconds.
Just been a bit too aggressive on the corners and just trying to get ahead too eagerly. We'll have to settle for 7th. Precisely why I haven't upgraded the difficulty or reduced my place in the grid, because races like that just, yeah, it's hard to progress, quite frankly. So yeah, that's unfortunately only going to give us 18 points to start this championship off with, but hopefully with some upgrades we can make this car that a little bit better and a bit more competitive. So yeah, let's get to the upgrade screen and see what we can do to the car. Right, so here we are at the upgrade screen. So yeah, we know what's the problem with the car. It's weight and general performance in a straight line. So yeah, but we also do need to upgrade the brakes, which will also reduce the weight, by the way. We'll knock out a bit of weight. That's about what, I wish it'd tell you how many pounds it is like it does on Forza Horizon 5, but it doesn't, so we'll just have to deal with that. We'll improve front end grip and rear end grip marginally, and then we'll concentrate on power. So I don't know whether or not to turbocharge it or not, or whether or not it would let us. No, it won't. Supercharger? I can give it a centrifugal supercharger, which obviously is not the best of the bunch there. A lot less torque than a positive displacement one, but marginally more in the way of horsepower. I prefer a turbocharger, to be honest. Would probably be, oh, I don't know why it has to be twin though. Why can't we just go single? I imagine it will let us go up to B class in the after the next race. It usually does. So we'll lighten the hood a bit to make it a little bit lighter at the front. Yeah, and then just concentrate on power in general. Just give it that little bit of a boost. Yeah, 340 seems like a decent amount, and then we'll... we can't do that. We'll lighten it any more. Drivetrain, no, we don't have the ability to upgrade the driveline for some reason. Usually we do. Do the front and anti-roll bars. Go a couple of pounds off. Right. So we're lighter. We have wider front and rear tyres. We have better brakes, and we have more power. So yeah, all in all, that should do us well. Yep, we're now doing 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds at 4.988. 0 to 100 in just over 12, so it's about 2 seconds quicker to 100. And we now do 183, so it's about 10 or so mile an hour faster at the top end as well. So yeah, that should do as well here at Sebring International Raceway, the short circuit for 6 laps. As yeah, once again, like Mugello, it is quite a straight orientated circuit, even more so I feel, with that big long back straight and a fairly decent sized straight on the start finish line as well. So yeah, not really all that much in the way of heavy braking zones either. So
if you feel like decreased braking and handling is
even though we do have the better brakes, it's the power that's going to make the difference here, along with the reduction in weight. So yeah, hopefully we'll do well. Please work this time, thank you. I don't know why it struggles with the first race only, and then every other race it seems to be fine. Go for 20%. Alright. Hopefully we can do a downside better than 7th place this time round. Even though obviously we haven't upgraded the tyres in terms of grip, hopefully we'll be able to still handle this extra power. Did spin off the line a little bit, so maybe not. Who knows? Slightly outbrake myself there, I was too busy looking behind me rather than in front. Just in case the sound isn't back. It's cool to see an Audi S4 from 2004 in this race. Not often see them being raced, to be honest. Already doing better than last time, to 4th place. Definitely feels a lot quicker on the straights as well. Extra power working in tandem with the reduction in weight. Oh dear. Way too wide. Oh dear. It's been a while since I've been on Sebring, and yeah, that was a catastrophic amount of understeer and going way too wide. Tube speed, by the sounds of things. We haven't lost distance on 3rd too much, so should be alright. On how the Audi has been upgraded, because they do technically have more power than us in its stock form. I think they've got about 340 horsepower, so yeah, that's more than us. But if they haven't upgraded any more than that and only concentrate, say, on handling, then we should be about even in terms of power. I believe they are in stock form a lot heavier than we are in stock form, being a saloon and all-wheel drive one at that. Gaining on the straight at the very least, by a massive amount though. Since we're a lot better in that corner this time around, we have gained time. And we lost a bunch of time now because we've those two corners. It does feel like we do need those slightly grippier tyres on this car. We are closer to the Audi than we were at the end of the last lap, so there is that.
3 to go.
Much better for those corners this time around, although the Audi with its all-wheel drive does have the get up and go out of the corners that we just don't. Whoever's in first doesn't have the best car in terms of straight line performance because we've gained massively there. Looks like it's an RX-7. Right, one more lap after this one. We're in a better position than we were last time, obviously, but I would like a podium at the very least. Which we're struggling to gonna get with these tyres. Some understeer there. Lost all of the time we gained. That's frustrating.
Last lap.
Looking like we're going to have to set off a fourth here, which is obviously better than last time, but not quite as good as I'd hoped. Been a close race though, so that's fun at the very least. And again, this is another example of why I don't increase the difficulty at all. Reduce my position on the grid just because it can be races like this where it's close, but
Good work out there.
only in not in my favour. So yeah, but as you can see, lap time wise, we did really rather well. Not the fastest lap though, there were cars in the 117s, but yet they were all the way down in 8th, 9th and 10th. So yeah, they must have had a good lap, but as you can see, they haven't really all that fully upgraded. It's mystifying why the AI don't fully upgrade on this game, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, our position overall does increase by 2 in terms of the leaderboard in general, but still only in the top 5. That said, we are only 1 point behind 4th, but we are quite a way behind 3rd and 2nd, and really far behind 1st. So yeah, we've got still a hill to climb in the next 2 races in the next episode, but hopefully we will get there. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.